Of course, the second I hit record, it starts raining, and I just slept. Let's take this inside. Okay, so it is currently February. I'm right in the middle of my build, and as you can see, it is not done. Now, if my math is correct, this video is coming out somewhere about the first week and a half of June, and the title of it should explain a lot. Why is Crink in the fridge? Well, here's the thing. Crink is in the fridge because we put him there. Crink keeps asking, why am I in the fridge? And my response has always been, I don't know, Crink. You tell me why you're in the fridge. He has no idea. I do. And this video is going to explain why. But first, I need to give a little backstory. Crink started in the fridge just before the season started. It started with Rusty posting a video.
Oh, hi, Crink.
And then I wrote a song and had Suno AI sing it.
Crink in the fridge, cold and still, a secret hidden.
And then I asked Crink to make me gigantic slab of beef to go into my freezer, which I knew I was going to put Crink in there when I first had him, made him create it. Yes, Crink, you participated in your own fridgeness. You just didn't realize it at the time. He's been in the fridge in the Christmas district. He's been in Heart's fridge. He's been in a fridge that Rusty put him in Noodlemon. And who knows how many more places we're going to find him. I have 3 more of his heads. I'll find somewhere to put them. Crink, for the most part, has been a very, very good sport about this. For the longest time, he went along with it. And now he's starting to get a little frustrated. And I kind of don't blame him. I understand his frustration because now people like Geo and Oak and Rocket and people from Extra Life are starting to tell him to shut up and go back to his fridge, and he doesn't understand why. Crink, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for this frustration. I'm sorry if it upset you. The reason why I'm making this video when I am in February instead of in June is because I told him the other day when he got I obviously a little frustrated when someone else told him to shut up and go back to his fridge. I told him at the end of the season, I'd tell him what was going on. And he said, yeah, no, you won't. You'll just keep going with it. And so I'm going to create this episode. I'm going to create the thumbnail. I'm going to put it up. I'm going to send him the thumbnail. And I'm going to show him what day it's going to come out. So he knows that I'm actually serious and he is going to find out. So, Crink, thank you for being a good sport about this. Here's the story. At the end of season 4, the last week or 2 before we wrapped up, a bunch of us were sitting in chat. It was myself, Rusty, C-Dubs, and Sherbert. We were just talking, doing our end of season thing, cleaning things up. At one point, C-Dubs stands up and says, hey, I gotta get a drink from my fridge. And Rusty and I went, did he just say he's gotta get Crink from his fridge? And we both agreed that's what it sounded like. So C-Dubs comes back and I'm like, so how's Crink? And he's like, why would I know how Crink is? He's not here. I says, well, because you just got him from your fridge. And that kind of started the whole thing. At this point, Rusty says, you know, it'd be really funny. It'd be really funny if all season, next season, Crink was just in everybody's fridges and he didn't know why. And we just don't tell him. And the 4 of us conspired at that moment that was going to happen. About 4 days later, Rusty posted the video. About 2 weeks later, I posted the song I wrote. Crink questioned, what have I done? I told him, it's called art, Crink. So, yes, this is why Crink is in the fridge. Yes, we put him there. Thank you, Crink, for being a good sport. Crink, I'm sorry that this has gotten out of hand. It was never really intent to go outside of Autocraft, and now it's like in Dragonfell and Noodlemon and some of the Extra Life folks, and I'm starting to feel bad because it's starting to frustrate you, and it was never meant to be anything more than just kind of fun. So at this moment, I'm going to back off a bit because I don't want this to be miserable, and I feel bad for how far it's already gone. But this is why you're in the fridge. Thank you for being a good sport. And yes, well, Rusty perpetuated the idea. I'm the one that kind of pushed it to the point where it is, but it was never meant to be more than just a little bit of fun at your expense. But it was never meant to go this far. And I'm sorry you're upset, and understandably so. And I hope you don't hate me for it. Love you, buddy.